Hey guys, Crypto Dad here again. Thanks for joining me again on the Saturday night, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live stream from Michigan, where we'll talk about Bitcoin, we'll talk about the news. You can throw out questions. I'll do my best to get them answered. I'm going to move some crypto around for you guys so you can see things happen in real time. So thanks for joining me. Let's jump right in. Let's see where we're at here. Hey, here we are. All right, so I got the rig behind me, got the rainbow colors working. I'm glad you guys dropped by. I'm going to try to keep things organized this week. I think I haven't been too happy with my last couple of live streams, just like of my own judgment, right? Which is always the most harsh, right? Was a little verklempt and that kind of stuff. So I tried to get everything nice and planned out today. So like I said, we'll talk about crypto. We'll talk about the news. We'll talk about, we'll take your questions, and I'll move crypto around. Before we get too far into it, I would like to point out that if you go down, whoops, let's go back, let's go over here. I'd like to point out that if you check out the description of this particular video, if you scroll down just a tad and show more, you'll be able to see the description of the video. And I've got my affiliate links in here, crypto.com, which I'll talk about. But if you use my affiliate link and stake a card, they'll give you $50. So that's pretty good. We'll both get 50. And believe me, it works. They do give you 50. It's in MCO, their native cryptocurrency, but you can sell it and cash out. So it's not like you have to like hang on to it or anything. You will have to stake MCO for your card, but that's different, right? That's not the free 50. Anyway, I digress. The market, or the best hardware wallet on the market, the Ledger Nano X, which I use for my go-to cryptocurrency hardware wallet, and I'll do a lot of demos on that. The Brave browser, which is my go-to browser, blocks ads and trackers by default, so you want to check that out. And I got a couple of cryptocurrency exchanges here, affiliate links where if you use the affiliate link, you'll get a sign-up bonus. So that's pretty cool. And then a couple of random stuff that you might find interesting. And the news stories that we're going to talk about today. You can, I've got links to them so that, you know, I might touch on them briefly and we'll go give you an overview. But if you want to follow the links and read the story at your own leisure, then I recommend that. Some of these stories are pretty interesting and I don't have time to go fully in depth on them. So that's the thing there. Let me greet the wonderful people that have shown up today. I think I need to pull out chat here. Let's do that. Here we go, pop-up chat. All right, so I'll just move it over here so it won't be in your way while I'm looking at stuff. So Art Zop, hello. Peter Hamilton. Brandon Lee is here. Jamel Z is here. Brandon is here. Peter, you guys are just having a good little conversation there. Glenn is here from Denmark. Thank you for joining me. Brendan, please best wallet for Scicoin. I don't know about all that. I can try. We are going to talk about DeFi tonight. Can you make a video on iOS tokens, iOS Ledger Nano, please? I can check into that. There's a lot of new stuff coming out. You know, it's a lot about more than just here. Let's go over here. It's about more than just holding and moving Bitcoin. I feel like a dinosaur almost in some of this stuff. We'll talk about some of this new stuff tonight. And Giannis, good to have you here from Greece. Zaquilla is available to store it on Nano Ledger. I'm not sure about Zaquilla on the Ledger, but I can show you how we can check that. All right, so Bitcoin. price is just barely hanging on to 9,000, and I guess it's a bit dipped below. So this is a little timely update on the price action of Bitcoin. And like I said, the description or the link to this particular article is in the description if you want to go a little in depth on the charts and kind of what they mean and what the support levels are and where we are today with Bitcoin, that kind of stuff. I'm not a huge expert on charts and the markets, but I do follow them, because I'm into crypto, right? So, and this particular article is pretty much about Bitcoin, and you may learn as things go along that Bitcoin kind of drives the market. There may be some divergence of certain coins. You might have a certain hot coin that might be going to the moon or whatever, while Bitcoin is flat or Bitcoin is going lower. But in general, most of the altcoins tend to follow Bitcoin up and down, right? So it would behoove you to kind of keep an eye on what Bitcoin is doing, right? So here's the current price of Bitcoin. Back up over 9,000. It dipped a little below in the last few hours, right? So here we are. And then the rest of the coins in the top 10 or 20 are kind of on the downside over the last 24 hours, right? So, and then Tether seems to be an exception, but Tether is a stable coin that is tied to the US dollar. So it's not going, it's usually maybe a little bit above or below the US dollar value, but it doesn't fluctuate that much, right? So it's a bit of a down day in the crypto world, maybe a little of disappointment. Not a bad time to buy, right? It's not a huge red day. If you've got some money laying on the sidelines and you're into crypto, then it's not a bad idea to maybe pick up a little bit on the downswing here. I tend to try to wait for really red days, but I will buy some tonight, just so you guys can see that process. So we'll see how that goes. All right. I would like to point out, I've got this. What happened to this? There was luckily for me, I have this thing here. My live topics. Right. Here we go. Yeah, the money's gone. WIRECARD collapses, owing 11 billion. So we're looking, I bring this up because it does affect crypto in a sense. I'll talk about that in a minute. But it's a good example of legacy finance and, the way that it works. A lot of the modern companies and corporations now are buying back their own stock because of the low interest rates and kind of the free money that the Fed is pumping into the system. And so there's a lot of companies that are over leveraged. Now this particular company, WIRECARD, is a European-based company, apparently was, involved in some, flat out fraud, right? So, but this could affect the banks and other companies, because of the money that they owed. So, but it's just kind of an example of what's going on in the world of finance right now, right? A lot of over leverage. There's going to be a lot of bankruptcies probably because of the lockdown, loss of business, and, a lot of people lost their jobs. So this is the world of finance, right? What I would like to point out is that one of my partners, Crypto.com, was affected by the WIRECARD thing because, as it turns out, WIRECARD is, I thought they were like a cellular company, but I guess they're some sort of card issuer or, credit card issuer. And I'm not sure what happened to all of the rest of their customers, but in particular, people that had an MCO Visa card in Europe and the UK, which is the, it's a regular card that you can use in the real world from Crypto.com that you can use to spend money in the real world. anywhere Visa is accepted, and you can use an ATM, and it's connected to your Crypto.com account, right? You have a phone-based Crypto.com account where you can load up the card when you want to, liquidate crypto and that sort of thing. Well, because of this WireCard thing, the actual cards that were issued by WireCard, the third party, they were Crypto.com was asked by the FCA, which is some sort of regulatory agency, to stop all activity on their card programs in the Europe and UK and Europe, which is quite a shock, a system shock. It would be to me if I was suddenly told my Crypto.com card wasn't going to work anymore. That would be a huge disappointment to me. But and so basically, Chris, the CEO of Crypto.com, on his Twitter page made an announcement and this blog statement. Both of these are down in the description, or not the Twitter, but so anyway, yesterday he made the announcement that they're going to refund all of the money that had been topped onto the card. Usually you can't do that. Usually once you liquidate out, you have to spend it or withdraw it in an ATM, and then you could maybe turn around and go back and buy crypto with it. But you can't move it back into your Crypto.com account once you've topped up the card. But so in this case, because the card became ineffective, Chris said, okay, don't worry. We're going to move everything back that you had on the card into your Crypto.com's account, Crypto.com accounts, plural, within 48 hours. And then there was an update today, I believe. I'm not sure how long ago this update was. Yesterday, actually. They were done yesterday. So they managed to move all of the money that their users had topped onto these cards and put all of that back into their Crypto.com account. So, and you can see that people are pretty happy. Thanks for the transparency. Great job. So, the crypto was safe. Right? And the crypto company was able to make right on this. And, then they're going to issue new cards for UK and Europe. So crypto is resilient, whereas the traditional finance, maybe not so much. But I thought you guys might want to know that because, I pump Crypto.com quite a bit. I've got my Crypto.com shirt finally. And, they're one of my partners, and they're a great company. They're a great exchange. I use other exchanges too. I was contacted by BINANCE US to do videos for them, and that kind of fell through. Things don't always work out. Oh, for poop's sake, I got to answer the phone. I'm sorry, guys. Elite Indiscreet, this is Rex.
Yeah, Rex.
Yes.
Hi, Bridget here.
Hey, Bridget. I'm good, thank you.
Good. Yeah, we're going to iPad be picked up from here from our office to go to Felicia.
Okay, I'll get someone there as soon as I can, probably within the hour.
I'm picking up from Steve's desk, from reception.
Oh, perfect. Thank you. I'll let the driver know.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks. All right, bye-bye. Oh, unbelievable. These people calling me on the weekend. I moved this live stream to the weekend so I wouldn't have to deal with this, and they still call me. It's weird. Oh, boy. Hey, Rob, there's a iPad on the desk at the reception area that needs to go to Felicia's house, if you're available. Period. Just a quick run. Unbelievable. Can a man do his live stream uninterrupted? Apparently not. Okay, sorry about that, guys. All right, so the next topic that I wanted to talk about was crypto lending, right? And we've talked about that a lot on my live stream. There are different ways of achieving crypto lending. It's basically Rob's available, right? you know, it's basically you know, as an end user, I have crypto and I would like to, I don't want to sell it, but I would like to, you know, make use of it, right? I've got one Bitcoin laying around and I could use $1,000 in my pocket. So maybe I'll take that point 0.1 Bitcoin or whatever and use it as collateral for a loan, right? And so there's different ways of doing that. You could put it on Binance and they'll lend you the dollar equivalent of your Bitcoin. And then you'll pay them back with interest. And once, I'm assuming that once you've paid them back, it'll unlock that Bitcoin and you can put it back in your wallet, right? So, but in that case, you're giving up the private key, right? You're actually moving your Bitcoin to their exchange. You're getting something back, right? You're getting dollars that you can use. And if you don't pay the loan back, you lose your Bitcoin. But you don't have to pass a bunch of requirements that you would with a bank, right? The bank, you know, even if you put up your house as collateral, they still want to know your life story, you know, your credit rating, all that stuff. You know, this kind of loan is, look, you got Bitcoin, you give it to us and we'll loan you the money and then you get it back when you pay it off the loan, right? So that's one way of doing the crypto loan thing. Um, there are DeFi contracts where the lending process is built into smart contracts, and that is a less centralized way of crypto lending. But it also has its drawbacks. The smart contract code could be hacked, and you could lose your principal. That's a possibility. Now, there are companies that are providing insurance for those sorts of things. And then there are also some down I want to say downfalls or downsides. The DeFi giant MakerDAO had some issues during the tanking of Ethereum on May 12th. If you recall, the entire market just tanked. Well, some people's crypto got liquidated unfairly, let's say. I mean, it's not like they lost their entire investment, but you know, things can happen when you're using because of the volatility of the crypto market, right? That's a risk that you take when you're lending crypto, right? So, but I've got this article pinned down below, linked. So I'm not a huge expert on this, but I thought it would be a good thing to talk about and provide this article for you. There's a video embedded in the article, which is an interesting video. I haven't watched the entire video. It's pretty good. And then I also posted this beginner's guide from Coinbase, and it talks about the Coinbase wallet and says it has a DApp in it, and I can't make it work. I don't know if I thought I checked before the show started. I tried to use it, and that's another drawback to all this DeFi stuff is that, you know, the developers that create these DApps don't put a lot of. I mean, they're trying to implement these functions and they manage to do it, but the user interface, the ease of use is not where it should be. Western computer users and software users expect a lot of usability and ease of use in their software, and you don't see that a lot in some of these DeFi apps. So that's another drawback, right? And then we've also talked a lot on my live stream about staking your coins from within your own wallet, and we can kind of talk about that. And that's another safe way of earning passive income. Now, that's just small interest payments to your wallet. That's not like getting, you know, a loan against your principal. That's just passive income that you can earn from within your own wallet. But in a way, you're sort of lending the use of your crypto out in order to earn this interest, although it stays in your wallet, right? You control the private keys. All right, so let's go. I want to see what you guys are asking and maybe take some questions. And I would like to buy a little crypto going into this. I noticed that I emptied out my Ethereum wallet yesterday. I didn't really intend to spend the entire balance, but I did, right? So let's figure out a way to get some Ethereum back in my wallet. So let's see, any major questions here? Oh, there was something about Zequilla, and let's get some of these. Let's get these down here. If we want to know if a cryptocurrency is supported on the ledger, then you can go to ledger.com and then go to crypto assets up here at the top, and then just search for it. I don't know how to use Zequilla. Oh, here it is right here. Not yet supported on the ledger, right? So the answer to your question there is it's not supported on the ledger. Oh, Ledger Live, pardon me. But there is a third-party wallet, it looks like, that will allow you to store your private keys of your Zequilla on the ledger, right? Okay. It's like, I hate it when they won't let me just look at the website. Okay. All right. So you can use your ledger to connect. And I thought they might give me a little more. All right, make sure your ledger is unlocked and you've selected the Zequilla app. Okay, so there's a Zequilla app that you can download on the ledger that you can use for storing your private keys for your Zequilla. But you have to use their third-party app to make all this happen, right? And a lot of people get bent out of shape over that. Oh, why can't I see my ADA in my Ledger Live, you know? Well, because it's not supported yet. There's a lot of cryptocurrencies out there, and they can't support them all. They do their best, but it's a versatile device. It is capable of holding a lot of private keys that aren't fully supported in Ledger Live yet. So it's a good, safe way to store the private keys of your cryptocurrency. But you'll for some cryptocurrencies, you have to use this third-party wallet, a third-party wallet, their third-party wallet, whatever, however you want to think of it. You just can't see it in Ledger Live. It's just, I'm going to go ahead and enter my PIN here so we can get into this, and then we'll check. Just, you know, because the question was thrown out about Zequilla. So let's just do that scenario and see if we can find it, right? I'm gonna move this stuff over here. I think I covered what I was supposed to be covering. I wrote a little cheat sheet out so I wouldn't forget, because I always get distracted sometimes. All right. And then I forget to cover things that I should have like a format. All right, so here we are at the Ledger device, the home screen of the device. Now I'm going to, for a second, let's go ahead and launch our Ledger Live on our screen here, which I've done. All right, so let's go over to the manager, right? This is how we get an app, right? So there's a difference between Ledger Live account interface and then the app interface. The apps are on the device, right? Echo, turn off plant light. That purple glow that reflects. Sorry about that, guys. All right, so we'll hit that, and that allows us to enter the manager interface. Now this is where I can manage the apps that are on the device itself, right? This is the device, right? So we'll just search ZIL. I don't see Zequilla app on here. It said I had to have the Zequilla app. What is it? Huh. Okay. I thought they said there was a Zequilla app, right? It says you've selected make sure you've selected the Zilqua app on the device and browser support is enabled. Huh, let's see let's look here. Download Ledger Live, okay, manager. Search for the Zilqua app in the application store. Huh. You have successfully called, Ledger Nano S. Okay, well, they may not have one for the X. That's possible. I really feel like doing all this right now. Let's just leave it at that. Let's move on. Apparently, they don't have it for the X. They have it on the S. So you would go to Manager, you would find it, and then you would download it, and then you would be able to use it with that third-party wallet, the Zillet. Yeah, it's just too much trouble to disconnect everything. I'm going to paste that into the interface. You guys can see that. All right. All right, so I talked about an issue. I was liquidating a little yesterday. We wanted to do some shopping. And I decided to sell my Ethereum. And I wasn't really intending to sell all of the Ethereum, but I accidentally did. When I was transferring it over to CoinSwitch Pro, I put max. I got back more than what I had asked for because I ended up sending more. That's a cryptocurrency swap. But let's just focus on the issue right now. I've got an Ethereum wallet right here in my Ledger Live. You can manage Ethereum in your Ledger Live interface. Pretty simple. And as you can see, there's quite a few ERC20 tokens in here. Now, there are some with zero balance, right? If I don't want to see those, I can go over to Settings. And where is it? Accounts. And then just enable Hide Empty Tokens, right? I don't really care to see them if there's zero balance, right? I might at some point down the road, but this gives me a cleaner interface. Now notice too that some of the ERC20, or most of them, have a US dollar value showing up in Ledger Live, right? This one, Datacoin, does not. Now this does not mean that Datacoin is worthless, right? A lot of people freak out when they don't see the dollar value of some ERC20 token that they bought and stored in a ledger. This doesn't mean that it's worthless. It just means that Ledger Live doesn't have the current dollar value of this asset supported yet, right? Because maybe it's only available on a few exchanges and Ledger Live doesn't have an interface to those exchanges. So, but it's just one of the things you have to learn to accept. Some assets, ERC20 tokens, are not going to show you a dollar value, but don't panic, right? You can still move them back to an exchange and sell them. They're still valuable, and you can check the current value on a website like CoinGecko or whatever, right? But having pointed that out, we've got all these ERC20 tokens in here, but suppose I decided to move one of them back to an exchange to liquidate. I would not be able to because my ETH balance is 0, and you need ETH in order to pay the network fees, right? That's called Ether, right? And that's how the Ethereum network works. So if I want to move a coin, I can deposit coins in here all day long, right? That's no problem. I don't need any ETH to make a deposit. So I could move some more BAT into this wallet and without there being any Ethereum in it. That's no big deal. But if I want to move a coin out somewhere else, I'm going to need some Ethereum, right? So what should we do? Well, let's buy some Ethereum. I'm going to go ahead and use Crypto.com because it's really fast. And I'll show you. And they're also waiving credit card and ATM card fees until the end of this month. So we still have about 3 or 4 days to go to buy crypto without any card fees at all. So I'm going to go ahead and use Crypto.com. And another reason I like Crypto.com, for some reason, Ethereum and ERC20 tokens move pretty fast when you withdraw them and when you deposit them. All right, so here we are in Crypto.com. I'm going to go over to the home screen. Crypto.com is a free app that you can download onto your phone and start trading cryptocurrencies right away. You can connect a credit card to it. You can connect your bank account to it. So there's a lot of ways. It's a good on-ramp for buying crypto. And I'm going to demo that today because I don't have any Ethereum right now. In any other, I have some in some other wallets, but they're inaccessible at the moment. So hardcore cold storage. I want to buy some Ethereum. So let's hit trade and let's hit buy down there at the bottom. And I'm going to buy some Ethereum. Right? And they've auto-filled that there for me. Now, as you can see, I could use my credit card. I can use my crypto wallet if I had some other crypto in there and I wanted to trade it for Ethereum. I could use my fiat wallet, which is a US dollar wallet that gets funded from my bank account. But right now, my fiat wallet doesn't have much in there. And I don't really have anything in my crypto wallet that I want to that I can use to buy Ethereum. I have some crypto in there, but I'd have to liquidate it first and then trade it for ETH. I'm not going to do that. I just want to buy some Ethereum. Now they're suggesting I buy 0.5. I don't really need that much. I probably need about 50 bucks or 40 bucks worth. So let's try 0.2 and see what that gets us. Okay, 44. I'm okay with that. And as you can see, it'll just charge my debit card right away. So we'll go ahead and hit buy there. And then I'm going to confirm that. And you see the fee is 0, right? There's no fee on this. We'll hit confirm. Now I have two-factor authentication enabled, so I'm going to... Oh, wait. Maybe I don't need it for this. Probably not. No, I don't think so. Not for the purchase. Okay, there. I got it. Easy peasy. Right, so I got my Ethereum. Now, I want to put it in my Ledger wallet. So how am I going to do that? Well, if I were doing it for the first time, I could hit Ethereum and hit transfer. And then I'm going to do a withdraw to an external wallet. Right? And then if I had never withdrawn to this wallet before, I could hit the plus and add that Ethereum address into Crypto.com. And so we just look at it here. This is the Ethereum address. We'll hit receive to receive Ethereum. We'll hit continue. I'm not in the Ethereum app, but I can still get the Ethereum address. Just say don't have my device. And there's the Ethereum address. I can show the QR code and even scan it with my phone, right? But I'm not going to because this particular address is already in my Crypto.com account, right? So if you look there, the second address that says Ledger XE Alt, it's that address has already been whitelisted, which means that I've already scanned it before, and it's already been verified, and it's Crypto.com knows about this address because I've withdrawn ETH to it before, so I don't need to re-add it every time I want to make a withdrawal to this address. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to tap withdraw ETH. Right? And then I need to edit because I don't have $100 worth of ETH. I need to edit that down. But notice below the withdrawal button, there's a max 0.2. That's the amount of ETH that we bought, right? Let's hit withdraw. And there's a small fee, 0.003 ETH. There's, they got to stay in business. All right, now I need my two-factor. So I'm going to go over to my Google Authenticator. I'm going to let this code refresh. Crypto.com is the code there at the top. I can just tap it, and it gets copied into my clipboard. I'll slide back over here. I'll tap, and then I'll tap again. Ugh, please, no. No! Ugh, I hate when that happens. Ugh, I just hate it. Let's try again. For some reason, sometimes when I tap, it just doesn't. Why isn't it? Oh. Oh. Okay, you guys get to watch me screw up quite a bit here. I don't know what's going on, but I'm just going to quit both apps and try again. Sometimes when I tap that field, the little paste icon doesn't show up, so I can't paste it in there. So let's start over. I'm going to relaunch the app. I'm going to go to accounts. I'm going to go to crypto wallet. I'm going to hit Ethereum. We'll hit transfer, withdraw, external wallet. We already have the wallet in our whitelist. We'll max it out. We'll hit withdraw again. We'll confirm. All right, we're going to roll over to Google Authenticator again. All right, we're going to tap that Google Authenticator code, and then we'll go back to crypto.com. We'll tap. There it is. I don't know what was going on before, but sometimes things glitch out. You just have to deal with it, right? All right, so we'll tap anywhere to continue, and then in a second or two, I'll get the email alert that I've requested to withdraw the ETH. Right, my ETH balance goes to 0. Right, and then we can kind of keep an eye on that. We can close this down, and then we'll just wait for that Ethereum to transfer from my crypto.com account onto my ledger. Right, it shouldn't take too long. It usually happens pretty quick with crypto.com. And I'll get another alert from them when the withdrawal has been completely processed, or they call it confirm, right? I'll get another email alert that says your withdrawal is now complete. It's been confirmed. So that's it. Oh, somebody just tipped me some BAT. I don't know if it was one of you guys. I got an email for that too. Thank you. I don't know what that 95 cents is like. 3 BAT, right? BAT is like 26 cents right now. It's about 4 BAT, right? So I appreciate that when you guys tip me. I think it's an even dollar, and then Uphold takes 5 cents of it. That must be what's going on there. All right, so we'll just keep an eye on this. Wait for the Ethereum to come in. All right. Okay, Susan, XRP lover, you can send me an email if you want. I may or may not respond. If it's a well-worded, well-thought-out question, I'll probably have the courtesy to tell you whether I can help you or not. My email is I don't know, people email me a lot. I'm not sure where maybe they're watching my videos, or it used to be on my YouTube channel, but it's not anymore. I don't know, it's hidden or whatever. It used to be like business inquiries, they would give you that email. But a lot of people email me because I don't know, it's not a secret what my email is. Oh, look, the ETH came in, right? So not quite 0.2 ETH, but enough, right? So now that the ETH has shown up in my wallet, and you'll notice it showed up before crypto.com said it was done, right? They'll probably in a minute or two they'll say, oh, your withdrawal is complete. Yeah, there, it says it's complete. It's like, I knew that, right? Because it was already in my wallet. All right, and there's the email confirmation, right? So there we go. Boom, boom, boom. We got that. So that's moving crypto. I mean, we do that quite a bit on the show. And, we've talked about more advanced things. Hopefully you guys will have some questions that'll get my juices flowing, and we can go to more advanced topics. But a lot of people, the whole idea of storing crypto in their own wallet is maybe that's foreign to you, right? If you're just day trading crypto on Coinbase or Binance US or Binance or Gemini or whatever, and you get it, right? You signed up, you know how to buy Bitcoin and then like trade it when it goes up, or sell it when it goes up and buy it when it goes down and that kind of stuff. But you've never actually like, hey, how can I hold on to this crypto and put it in my wallet? A lot of people are at that point, right? They're okay with crypto. They're okay with buying it on an exchange, and then they hold it on an exchange. They may, which is fine, right? Most exchanges these days are pretty safe places to store your crypto, and they encourage that, right? They want you to keep your crypto on their exchange. They're willing to give you, all kinds of conveniences for doing that because that increases their liquidity. And assurances and all that kind of stuff they'll give you. And it is pretty safe. But a true crypto enthusiast knows that it's really not your crypto unless you control the private keys. And that's what wallets do. All right. Now, the word wallet in the crypto industry is slightly different than what you would think. You could kind of think of it like that, right? So, like, you could think of this device right here that I have, the Ledger Nano X, as a wallet. And they call it a wallet, right? It's a crypto wallet. But the crypto is not in here, right? A lot of people, well, the crypto is a very, what's the term for? It's not a virtual term, right, or a virtual entity. It exists digitally on a blockchain. But I get people, they'll say, ooh, how much Bitcoin can you fit in here? Well, it doesn't really fit in there at all, right? It's stored on the blockchain. The only thing that's fit in there is the private key. So the private key is what controls the wallet. So this is more of a keychain than a wallet. And so how much Bitcoin can one wallet hold as well? I mean, theoretically unlimited amount, but there are constraints on, the amount of Bitcoin that you can afford and the amount of Bitcoin that's out there for sale, right? There's only going to be a total of 21 million Bitcoin. But the crypto is not stored on here, right? But storing Bitcoin in your own crypto wallet, and the crypto wallet in this case is a combination of this little guy and this software interface. Let's get the phone out of the way right now. The software interface, Ledger Live, is part of the quote unquote wallet, right? This is the outer facing interface that allows me to manage all of the crypto that's tied to this little guy with all the private keys. Right? So we think of that in terms of a crypto wallet where I control the private keys, right? Rather than storing it on an exchange. So, but a lot of you probably have got that down, right? You've already got the wallet, right? You want to know a little more. But a lot of my viewers are, new to this whole controlling a wallet and storing crypto. So by all means, throw out questions about, different kinds of wallets, how wallets work, and that kind of stuff. Or whatever you've got. So Susan XRP, I threw my email down there if you want to send me an email. Someone sent $100. It's $10. It's very nice of you, Rondi. Howdy Rex, I delegated my Tezos using the Ledger Nano X, but when I check Ledger Live, it shows 0 XTZ. I thought you were always in possession of your coin. What happened? How do I get my Tezos back? Okay, so here we go. We've got an account. I have an account with Tezos in it. And I delegated it through here, right? Now you can, up at the top it says earn. There'll be, like, if you have not delegated it. So Ron, I'm assuming you managed to get your Tezos into the wallet when, from the beginning, right? There was some Tezos in here. And I don't know if you hit this button or you contacted some website or exchange and they offered to allow you to stake your Tezos on their website and then you transferred it to them. That's a possibility. I don't know. But you can look in your down below here in latest operations. You need to just look down here and see if there's a cent, right? I don't have any cents. I do have something where it says I delegated it a while back, right? But you may have sent it to a third-party website as opposed to actually staking it from within the wallet. So, when you click these three dots over here and you click that, you could change validator, right? And then select a different validator. This is all done from within the wallet, but you may have somehow ended up on a website of one of the validators and actually they have their own methods where you can actually send the Tezos directly to them and let them hold it for you. So I'm assuming you may have done that. If you want to get your Tezos back, that's kind of on you because I really don't know what you did with it. I'm just kind of brainstorming with you here. But if you put some Tezos in this wallet and confirm that it was actually in there, right? It'll show that your wallet received it, and then somehow sent it. Then you'll see that in your history too, your transaction history. It'll say like received 10, sent 10, right? Well, you're going to have to backtrack and figure out where you sent it, who you sent it to, in order to get your Tezos back. It might be just a matter of logging into that website and they'll say, look here, welcome back, Ron. You currently are staking 10 Tezos with us. And, once you're logged in, you've got the ability to withdraw it back to your own wallet if that's what you want to do. But it shouldn't just disappear if you've delegated it properly, right? I have it delegated and I still see my balance. Now, if it's glitching out, if it's telling you, if you're absolutely sure that you staked it in Ledger Live, you could delete the account and start over again, right? I can delete this account completely and it's gone, right? It's not in Ledger Live anymore, but I still have my device and the private key to that wallet are still on my device. So I can choose add account. I can choose Tezos, right? Now all I need to do is open the Tezos app on my device. It's going to tell me that. I'll go ahead and hit continue. And it says open Tezos, right? So I'll just navigate. I'm going back the other way, but it's okay. To Tezos, hit both buttons, right? And you'll see Tezos wallet open up on your device. Give Ledger Live a minute to scan for your Tezos wallet. Right, there it is. I had a couple in there. I just need this one. Right, let's go ahead and tag that. We'll hit add account and it's back, right? So I don't know, maybe you deleted the account, possibly. You could try to re-add the account, but from what your question says, it says it's empty, that it's giving you a zero balance. So my advice to you is scroll down, look in your operations, figure out what you did. Either it never got in your wallet or it got in your wallet and you sent it out, and then you got to backtrack and figure out where you sent it and then get it back if possible. I don't know. All right, so we'll do that. I hope that was a clear presentation. I'm going to scroll down and see if you like have added more to that. Oops. Thank you, Ron. That's very nice of you to tip me. So now ETH is in Ledger Live. Will you move it now to actual Ledger? Arturo Zop asked an interesting question. He said, okay, so now that the ETH is in your Ledger Live, am I going to move it to my Ledger wallet? Well, Ledger Live is the wallet, right? The private key for that Tezos, or I'm sorry, the private key for that Ethereum wallet was always on here. It just had an empty balance, right? I just transferred some more ETH into the wallet. Well, the ETH is never going to be in my Ledger, right? It's never going to be in my Ledger Live. It's on the blockchain. But I control that address on the blockchain. I have access to it. So I can move the ETH somewhere else if I want to liquidate or sell. But there's the distinction between being in Ledger Live and being in my Ledger is just semantics, right? It's for all intents and purposes, it's in my wallet, right? I see it in Ledger Live. I can manage it in Ledger Live. I know the private key is on my device. I know there's a balance, right? It's accessible to me, even though technically it's not in either of these. It's on the blockchain. I hope that answered. I thought that was a good, interesting question, though. The device is just a gateway of a particular crypto. It's stored on the blockchain. Hey, that's right. Storing all your BTC on your ledger is like holding 100 ounces of gold in Chaz Chop. Okay. It could get stolen, right? Yeah, well, Scott's pointing out that it's kind of the all your eggs in one basket argument. You don't want to put, if you own a lot of Bitcoin and you put it all in one ledger device. Now, it's not so much the risk that someone steals the ledger device. That could happen, right? If they steal the ledger device and they somehow manage to get your PIN, then they can transfer that off. But if the device gets lost or broken or stolen by someone who doesn't really know what it is and doesn't have the PIN, it's very unlikely they're going to be able to access that Bitcoin. But if they stumble upon your recovery phrase, that's another story. So, okay, so if you've got a bunch of Bitcoin and you store it in one ledger device and you leave the recovery phrase in your kitchen drawer, then yeah, it's kind of vulnerable, right? Most thieves would be rummaging through your house looking for jewelry and cash. They may not take that piece of paper that has the recovery phrase on it. They might not know what it is, but someone might. So it's vulnerable. So as Scott is saying, you might want to split that up. Either put it on more than one ledger or put that recovery phrase somewhere safer, like not at your house, like in a safety deposit box somewhere. So there's lots of ways to safeguard your crypto. But yeah, you could split it up over several devices, maybe have one device under a brick in your basement under, or, and then have one in front of you that you can just play around with, sending crypto back and forth, but not holding all of it, right? So there's lots of, it's all your responsibility how you manage your crypto, right? What's a validator? Is that for staking? Yes. So we talked a little bit earlier. The validator disappeared. What happened? Oh, did I? I don't know what I did. Well, let's. Probably because I screwed around with it. Let's see here. I hope I didn't accidentally do that. Looks like maybe I did. I think it's still delegated. It just kind of, because it showed it that it was delegated there when I I'm just gonna let it sit for all. 'Cause I'm pretty sure it's already delegated. But let's say if we hit earn rewards and we delegate and we choose a delegator here. I don't know which one I had before. Oh, Figment. Yeah. But I think it was already delegated, or I'm sorry. I think that it is still delegated. It's just not showing up properly in Ledger Live. It needs some time to like recover itself because I deleted and added the account. But a delegator is a third party, a company that will that runs a node on the blockchain and would like you to sort of it's almost like you're lending it, but you're not. You're allowing them the use of it while still holding it, which is kind of a weird, like, only in the digital world is that possible, right? Because you couldn't like stuff your mattress full of cash and then tell the bank, hey, you know, I've got $3,000 stuffed in my mattress. Can you pay me interest on that? The bank would think you were crazy. But digitally, you can sort of do that, right? You can tell the delegator, hey, I've got, you know, $3,000 worth of Tezos. And they'll say, oh, well, could you delegate it to us? Allow them to use it, and they'll pay you interest. That's what a delegator does. Or they say validator, too. Was it delegator or validator? I think the actual company is a validator, right? Let's try. I don't know why it just like lost that, but that's okay. I'll just do it again. Although I think that it might already be in there. All right, and then interestingly, this is kind of an interesting process here, which I'll just go through for you. So I've got to allow this by giving them permission because I control the private key. So I'm going to say, okay, I'll go ahead and delegate on your network to this address. Okay, and then go all the way over here to accept, hit accept, and it should work. Yeah, see, that's why I didn't want to do this. I don't have to start over again. I think it was already delegated. I don't know. I don't see any de-delegation here. That's what I get for playing around with it. But it's okay. I'm not worried about it. It's just kind of there for demo purposes anyway. It's not like I had 100,000 delegated. If I had 100,000 delegated, I probably wouldn't be playing around with it on a live stream, right? It's just a small amount, so I'm not like worried about it. But the answer to your question is a validator is a third party that will pay you interest if you delegate your coins to them. And in that delegation, you can de-delegate at any time, right? But you can't, yeah, it failed because it's already delegated, right? But at any point, I could de-delegate and then sell it if I wanted to. But I would stop earning rewards, right? You have total control over it. A good, easy way to earn passive income on your crypto, right? While it's safely in your wallet. All right, so a lot of good questions tonight, guys. I appreciate it. Keep me going. The delegator had to manually input their address to the Oh, okay. So Dave D is following up. He selected a validator. The delegator I wanted didn't show up in Ledger Live. I had to manually input their address to delegate. Okay. So I've never heard of that in Ledger Live. But like I said, maybe you sent it to their website and you set up an account with them. So you should maybe be able to just log into your account with that validator and manage your balance again. That's my assumption. So you were doing some research and you like, I think, where is it? Let's try this again. I think like here, like you can click the link. Well, I don't know. There's a way to do it that takes you to their website. Let's see. Happy Tezos. Oops. I thought there was like an area where you could click links to go to each one of these, right? So, okay. Yeah, you could go back to that delegator and put in your address and maybe manage your balance from there, possibly. I think it's basically tied to the address of the Tezos. But I'm a little concerned that your Ledger Live tells you that your balance is zero. Like I didn't know that. But like I said, I'm not an expert on these. They may have like a situation where you can deposit your Tezos directly with them and maybe earn more interest. But you have to log into your account to get access to it. Please don't forget this, how to do IOS save to a ledger. Okay. IOST. ST. All right. IOST. Okay, here we go. Unloading the power of the blockchain. All right, can we do this or not? Okay, so let's go over to CoinGecko. Oh, well, let's go to Ledger Live or ledger.com and go to crypto assets. And let's put in IOST, right? And then hit enter. Okay, it says that it's supported in Ledger Live. Big surprise. Most people that ask me about coins, it's like very an obscure coin. All right, so what do? We go over to Ledger Live. We go to our manager. It wants me to quit the Tezos app, which I will do. And we'll go to Manager. All right, and now we'll type in that IOST. Whoops. What is it with Ledger? It's telling me that it's going to work, and then it doesn't. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, let's go back. All right. IOST. Was it just me? Because I could have sworn it said it was supported. Maybe I was wrong. All right, here we go. That's all of them. IOS. Whoops. Maybe I was looking at Bitcoin. Am I that dumb? Is that what I was doing? No, look, there it is right there. IOST. IOST. Support Ledger Live. Okay. More details. Let's see what it says. All right. Oh, it's an ERC20 token. No wonder. Okay. All right. So it's an ERC20 token. We could have found that out if I'd have been patient and just gone over here to CoinGecko. All right, and there it is. All right, tells me, it doesn't say it's a token, so I'm a little worried. Wonder how that works. Huh, okay. Oh, okay. So why does it tell me that it's supported in Ledger Live and then it doesn't? Let's try this again. IOST. Well, it looks like it's an ERC20 token. And then when I hit that, it tells me all about ERC20 tokens. Okay. But when I go here, it's like got its own Explorer. So I'll have to admit that I'm a little confused as to why it's like that. How do you buy it? Where do you buy it? Let's just go here. Let's go to accounts. Let's go to Ethereum. Let's hit add token. And let's hit IOST. Nope, it's not in there as far as I can see. Okay, so this is a tricky one. All right, let's go to their website. Okay, wallet. Okay, here it says wallet. Let's see what they say here. Okay, IOST wallets are developed and contributed. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, wallet app. Okay. All right, so it looks like it doesn't. I don't know why Ledger said it was supported. It doesn't apparently support it. Now, I'll point this out. A lot of tokens start off as ERC20 and then graduate to something bigger. So, and then their ERC20 version is still like in the Ledger list of, okay, they obviously think it's an ERC20 token. Apparently it's not anymore from what I can see over here. Because if it was, then they would say, oh, just go get, what's that one? Ugh, I can't think right now. I can't remember the name of it. Ugh, whatever. There's a way to manage ERC20 tokens with a wallet that I can't recall the name of right now in your web browser, or MyEther wallet or Ledger, right? But they're not giving that as a compatible wallet, right? So it looks like Kobo wallet supports it, Huboy wallet supports it, Start EOS supports it, and Token Pocket Watch supports it. Obviously, Asian company, right? Because these are all like Chinese, Asian-based wallets, right? So it's got its own blockchain. So you should download their wallet. It's not supported on Ledger. Don't believe Ledger. They tell you it is, but it's not, right? There's no app. It's not an ERC20 token anymore. So you'll need to go download one of these wallets and do it that way. Kobo wallet is an app that you can download, but I think you need the hardware device. This guy, maybe an EOS wallet, I don't know, right? Download here. Okay. Okay. Maybe this token pocket might be the way to deal with it. All right, but it's obviously not supported on Ledger anymore. Not in its current format. I hope that answers your question. You can't, right? That's the long and short of it. You can't put it on a Ledger. Right? Even though Ledger says it supports it as an ERC20 token, it does not appear to be an ERC20 token anymore. It's got its own blockchain. Some of these coins it might be easier just to leave them on an exchange if you're just in it for the money, right? If you're a long-term hodler and you're a purist and you want to store it in your own wallet, then download their wallet and store it in one of their wallets or compatible wallets. Always see if you can put it on the Ledger. That's the best way in my book. Any kind of hardware wallet. Maybe the Kobo wallet would be your choice, but you're going to need to run out and buy a Kobo wallet, right? They have like this. You could try this. I know they also have a hardware device, but I think their app is free, and I think you can put stuff in there, right? If you want to do that, that might be the way to go. Show how to buy if we want to know blah blah. Someone's capping me, and YouTube is blocking them. YouTube blocks people who write in caps. That's pretty cool, huh? He hasn't said anything. He hasn't said anything off color. Okay, so we covered that. Ron, I have a new laptop where I transferred my accounts using the Ledger Nano X to Ledger Live. Do I need to get back my old laptop? Are you still talking about Tezos? But if you don't, you do not need to get your old laptop back if you still have your Ledger device, right? You can just install Ledger Live on a new computer and just add accounts, right? So just take your Ledger device, connect it to your computer, download Ledger Live, and then when you launch Ledger Live, it's going to be blank, right? It's like 0 accounts. So you would just go over to the accounts page. It'll be blank, and then you hit Add Account, and then, for example, you'd say Add Ethereum. You hit Continue. You would open up the Ethereum app on your device, and it would scan for wallets. You saw me do that with Tezos a minute ago, right? You can recreate all of your accounts in a new copy of Ledger Live simply by attaching the device and choosing Add Account for every cryptocurrency that you had stored on your ledger, right? You just saw me do it with Tezos, and now we can do it with Ethereum. It's scanning my device for Ethereum wallets, right? I don't need the old copy of Ledger Live anymore. It's not necessary. I can install Ledger Live on my new device, my new computer, and simply choose the Add Account process to recreate all my accounts. Now you'll see there that there's some account there. Okay, there's an account of some Ethereum that's like some change, right? That was just hiding, right? It wasn't in my Ledger Live. Let's say it was in my old Ledger Live and my old laptop, but I was like, hey, I think there was some Ethereum in there somewhere. Well, there it is. All you got to do, connect the device and choose Add Account. It'll scan. It never forgets any wallets that you had on there before. They'll always be there, right? We can call this guy Ethereum lost, right? I lost this Ethereum and now it's found. What's that song? Amazing Grace, right? I was lost, but now I'm found. Right? You can do that for all of your cryptocurrencies that you had on your on here, right? You don't need the old laptop back. Just install Ledger Live on a new machine and choose Add Account. Now, I say that to a lot of people, and a lot of people say, I installed Ledger Live on my new computer, but all my crypto is gone, right? They always say that because I'm telling you, when you install Ledger Live new on a brand new machine, you will see no accounts when you go to the accounts page. You have to add them manually. You have to hit Add Account and add them one by one, scanning the device until you got them all back. But they're all there. Don't worry, they're there. They're just not going to show up like when you're done installing. It's not going to magically see all of your accounts until you go in and hit Add Account. That would be nice if it did, but it doesn't, right? You have to do it manually. And then all of your crypto will be there again, right? There's nothing to worry about. I played around with 100. Scott Lee bought 100 grand worth of Tezos and lost it. Would you need to answer to Crypto Mom? Is Cardano safe in wallet once hard fork happens soon? Yes, I would say no cryptocurrency company would make their tokens obsolete, right? What would be the interest in that? Like say, hey, we're going to have an upgrade next week. Unfortunately, for all you people that are already holding it, it'll just become worthless and disappear when we upgrade, right? That's not going to happen, right? There'll be a upgrade path for you. So whenever they come out with a new Daedalus version, it always sees the old wallet, right? Because they store the information in your preferences folders. Even if it's a brand new computer and you install Daedalus cold, you can use your recovery phrase to get back, right? But if you're running Daedalus and you've got Cardano stored in there, and they upgrade to the new Shelby or whatever Shelly network, you're fine. I wouldn't worry about it. There might be some hoops you got to jump through. You got to like do this and whatever to migrate sometimes it can be slightly complicated when those sort of things happen. like we mentioned earlier, when a ERC20 token graduates to its own blockchain, like Tron, there was a process you had to go through. Sometimes it's simply a matter of you transfer your Tron to Binance as an ERC20 token, and Binance will do the conversion for you. Some coins were only upgradable on exchanges, which was kind of weird. Then there are other coins that have in-wallet upgrades, like from ERC20 to blockchain. But I don't think that Cardano will be that complicated, right? Because it's already on its own blockchain. They're just upgrading, the network. The wallet should be compatible with the new network, right? I wouldn't worry about that. But I mean, I would, of course you should be concerned about that. But I'm 99.9% sure that there'll be a reasonable way to access your existing tokens on the new network. It could be the wallet gets upgraded or whatever, but I wouldn't worry. Do you think it shouldn't matter? Ron D, it doesn't matter which computer Live is on. Once you plug in your device, it should know your accounts, ? It won't know your accounts until you scan for them, until you hit add accounts, right? You got to use this add account button on a new machine, on a new computer. When you get a new computer and you install Ledger Live, you got to do the add account one by one until you get all your crypto accounts restored. But the Ledger device will remember the balances and the transaction history, so you got nothing to worry about. I'm staking Tezos in Atomic, but want to transfer it to Ledger S and stake in there. Can I still use the same backer? Yeah, but I think you would need to delegate first before you moved it, right? When you've got your Tezos delegated, it's locked, right? So if you want to transfer to a different address, which is effectively what you're doing when you go from Atomic to Ledger Live, you will need to de-delegate on Atomic Wallet to unlock your balance. And then you'll be able to transfer your balance to Ledger Live and put it in a Ledger Live account. And then from there, yeah, you should be able to choose the same delegator or validator that you were using before. I don't know, there might be a little bit of lag in your rewards, because you'll still be getting rewards in the Atomic wallet even after you move your principal out. Because of that lag, you'll see like small amounts coming in. But then, and then once you get it into your Ledger Live, then there'll be that lag to get going. I wonder if that delegation came back. It still says that it's, I don't know, I gotta mess with it. I'll probably figure it out. I'll probably delete it and add it to, I'm not gonna play with it, but I know it's fine. I'm not gonna worry about it.
Oh, he's ascending. No, he's ascending.
Whoops. In my old laptop shows 0 XT. Yeah, Dave, or Ron, I'm sorry. I think you probably transferred it somewhere. You just need to track that down. But when you install Ledger Live and add a Tezos account and scan your device, you'll see your transaction history too. Right? So you'll be able to at least do a little detective work and figure out where you sent it, or where it is. It might be accessible. MetaMask! That's the one I couldn't remember. That's your ERC20 token wallet. MetaMask. Thank you, Scott. I believe in ERC20 tokens, all of them bat for a perfect example. Has to be stored on a hot wallet. Crazy? No. I've got my bat in a cold wallet. You can store BAT. You can store ERC20 tokens in Ledger Live. Can manage ERC20 tokens, and Ledger Live is effectively a cold wallet, cold storage, because the private keys are stored on the device. Now there are a lot of ERC20 token wallets like MetaMask, but MEW, you can store your private keys in a ledger device or a Trezor device. So, yeah. There's a lot of hot ERC20 token wallets, like browser extension wallets, right? But it's versatile. You can put it in a regular wallet, too. You don't have to store it in a hot wallet if you don't want to. Jamil C. Even my scammy kick tokens. Oh, kick tokens. I want to kick those out. How many cryptocurrencies will be left in 10 years? It's a good question. Thanks for the answer. How's Michigan regarding COVID-19? Well, as far as I know, we're still moving forward with our de-lockdown, right? Getting back to normal phase. Governor Whitmore has lifted the stay-at-home order, but she extended the state of emergency, which gives her power to decree laws without legislative body. So we're still not quite out of the woods yet, right? We're still under this state of emergency that allows her to issue decrees. You know, she can just like step out onto her balcony while her, you know, her massive dress flails in the breeze, you know, like her long train, like a queen. She like walks out onto the balcony and says, "From now, today, you may no longer buy shelled pistachios because they are non-essential," right? She might do that. It's possible. But right now we're kind of getting things back to normal again. But Michigan's great, man. It's been like nice and warm. It rained yesterday. The weather's great. You know, people are out and about, man. COVID-19 is not as deadly as they thought it was going to be, right? I'm not telling you it's a hoax. I'm just saying it's not as deadly as we all thought it was going to be, right? They thought when this whole thing came around in like March or February, they thought it was going to kill millions of people. It didn't. Right? I'm not saying it's not a thing. I'm just saying it's not as deadly as what they thought it was going to be. Did they need to lock everybody down? Maybe, maybe not, right? Jury's still out on that. Of course, they're all claiming credit for it. You know, Governor Whitmore said it was because of the lockdown that, you know, we stopped the spread or whatever, you know. Okay, I guess. Right. So anyway, that's Michigan and COVID, right? We're trying to get back to normal again. I sure don't want to go back in lockdown, that's for sure. Although it doesn't really matter to me because I work from home. Okay. Yes, democratic states, yeah. Get a little bit of power. Just like, you know, like I said, why extend the state of emergency? In fact, the legislator rejected the state of emergency. They voted against it. And then this was a couple months back or a month back, she just extended it on her own authority. She's like, you know what? I don't care if you reject the state of emergency. I'm going to extend it, right? And then after she lifted the lockdown, she extended the state of emergency again. Whatever. She's a nice lady. No, I don't have any problems with her. You know, over and above any politician, right? Isn't it like, you know, people always talk about, why is it that people are always so shocked when you say that politicians, that there might be some corruption or power abuse or power hungriness? Isn't like that built into our culture that people talk smack about politicians? Do you remember Forrest Gump? If you remember that, it was like it was a flashback when he was a kid and he got his leg braces, and the doctor said his legs are strong, but his back's the problem. His back's as crooked as a politician. All right, so, you know, it's like in our vernacular that politicians are just by their nature corrupt. Right? So why is it shocking when people say, you know, oh, they might be power hungry, right? Of course they are. Who isn't? Anyway, I'm done with that. All right. Hey, Ron, it shows back. I guess it took 12 days to show back on my Ledger Live. Hey, cool. Yeah, just like mine. If you if you notice, my Tezos it still says it's not delegated. Although when I tried to redelegate it, it failed. I think it's delegated. I just got to play around with the account a little bit, get it back. Give it some time to like show up again. Yeah. Well, I'm glad Ron got his issue straightened out. That's cool. That's awesome. That's really cool. Yeah.
It's not a real sniper.
All right. I don't know. What else can we do? The only thing I moved today was a little bit of Ethereum. We talked about Ethereum. And then that one coin, that IOST,
Can't shoot with this.
that's a cautionary tale. A lot of people, they'll get, that maybe they'll buy some of a coin on an exchange, and they're not really sure what it is or how it works. And then somebody trustworthy will tell them, hey, it's an ERC20 token, right? And then you move it into an Ethereum wallet and it just disappears because it is no longer an ERC20 token. So always make sure, like, and this is how I figured it out, right? When I went here, if you look up an ERC20 token on CoinGecko, you will see
Where are you going? Go up, go up.
BAT. That's a ERC20.
Not you, Siri. Oh my god. Can you follow me, please?
Okay, so here we go. My daughter's over there talking to her friends on the computer, and Siri was interrupting her.
Hey Siri.
Okay. Okay, so it's when it's an ERC20 token, you should see this thing down here that says it's a token, right? And then even if it doesn't, it might say EtherScan, Ether Explorer, or this is an Ether Blockchain Explorer, Ethereum Blockchain Explorer. If you see that, then you should be reasonably sure that it is in fact an ERC20 token. When it says this, like it doesn't say it's a token, and then the explorers don't have EtherScan, right? It's no longer on the Ethereum blockchain. That's your like giveaway that it's no longer an ERC20 token. Like Tron, right? If you go to Tron, I'm not a huge fan of Tron, right? See, Tron used to be an ERC20 token, but it's not anymore. Although, I believe there are some people out there that might still have the old ERC20 Tron in their Ethereum wallets. And you need to you would need to convert because you can't sell it. I think you can still transfer it to Binance. Right? But see, it's no longer an ERC20 token. So you got to be really careful with ERC20 tokens and tokens on the Ethereum blockchain and like new tokens like this. And, you just do your homework before you start moving things around. And if I can give you any sage advice, if you've got a token and you're not sure what it is, but you're pretty sure, and you're thinking, okay, I'm going to move it from my exchange into my own wallet, always, always, always move a tiny, small amount first to confirm that it actually does work, right? Don't just willy-nilly transfer your entire chunk or block or life savings worth of this coin without having tested it out to see if it's actually going to work or not. You lose coins that way, right? Oh, if you're not sure and you're pretty sure, send a small amount to test it out. I still do that.
Yeah, you are.
I did it the other day with a coin that I just purchased that I wasn't sure about. I said, well, I better check first. I'll send a little small amount. And it showed up in the wallet, and I was like, cool, I can do it. So then I moved the rest of it. That's the way you got to do it. So I hate to be like this, but, crypto can be fun and exciting and easy if you, but it can also be a trap. It's quite easy to lose crypto if you're not careful. It's quite easy to think you've lost the crypto when you haven't, right?
This is good.
That's what happened to our friend Ron. It wasn't actually gone, he just thought it was. But that happens to a lot of people. So be on the lookout for that one too, right? Sometimes it's there, you're just not viewing it right.
The lab breaks this man's sanity.
Always small amounts, guy.
He shot me last.
All right, so thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. I like this time. I can't believe the office called me in the middle of the live stream, but it's still pretty light outside, so I don't need my Elgato key light shining on me, and I can see myself pretty well. So thanks for joining me. Don't forget, we do this every Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please join me again next week for the live Q&A from Michigan. I'm also doing a 9 a.m. Tuesday morning as well. I do that one for about an hour on Tuesday morning from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. So you can join me on that. And subscribe to my channel. Keep an eye on my videos. I will be posting standalone videos periodically too. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it. When you subscribe, there's a little bell that you can click that will allow you to be alerted whenever I post new content. Once again, thanks for joining me and hope to see you again soon.